Are we going?
I love when you say that.
Is the go button pushed?
Oh, we got
Are
no
we launched?
music. We got no music.
Oh,
Because you didn't push the button. It wasn't me.
Oh,
I
yes,
know.
you do have music, Kristen Simpson. Patience, dear.
We don't
Patience.
have
Don't worry.
music. We don't
I
have
know,
music.
that sounded very
Started.
whiny.
Now, good morning. Welcome to Lone Officer Breakfast Club. It is Monday. What is it? October 20th. Ripping through the year. We're glad to have you here. We're brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals, of course. Every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. For your free coaching pleasure, because why not? Why not? Chris Johnstone in the house, getting ready to go. Jen Woodland with us. Kelly Dutton at One Click. Robin Johnson's here with us as well. Hello, Robin. Mr. Bill Rudy Devers is in the house as well. I say we get some words of wisdom from Rudy before we get started. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
Always.
Great idea.
Bill Rudy Devers. Words of wisdom. Come on, give us something.
What kind of wisdom you need from me, brother?
Okay, your
I'm
choice.
just a grinder, man.
I know, man. Give it. Tell us about that. Words of wisdom. If we want to be the grinder.
Well, I had a situation on Friday. We've been calling this woman for realtor for I guess 13 weeks, and hadn't responded and any of that stuff after I had the coffee meeting with her, and not even a response to a text message or nothing. I mean, I do video text and that kind of stuff, trying to shake them out of the trees somehow. But she didn't respond, but got a lead from it. So I got a text over the weekend. Was it weekend? Friday, actually Friday, and she was kicking us a lead. So so we'll see what we got.
She kicked you a lead. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you called the lead yet? Have you looked at it?
Of course, man. It's like
How do they look?
Pretty decent. We got 640 scores. They got money. They got their own money. What a concept.
Yeah, and with a 640 and some money, you can do some damage with that.
That's it, man. Sounds like we're spelling FHA, brother.
That's right. That's what it smells like to me. It smells like FHA around here.
How do you spell FHA? 648. 648. That's how you spell FHA.
So,
I didn't even know how to spell FHA when I got into business, brother.
So it took 13 weeks. You went the extra week, huh?
No, we run them for 15 weeks, and then we wash, rinse, and repeat. Yeah.
Wash,
So
rinse, repeat.
we're in their mailbox. We're in their mailbox once a week. We a mass text out to them as well, and then I'm calling them as well. So, and I just leave them a voicemail, and if they're not responding, then I send them a video text, trying to shake them out of the trees.
You are really the relentless guy, isn't he?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
he just Mr. Relentless? Well,
No,
it's
that just means that iPhone has got me on a watch list for spam.
But I mean,
Hey,
man,
how's your month shaping up, Bill?
Not so good, man. We got 9. We got 9 for the month.
Only
we-
9?
We've had a bunch of
Wow.
stuff push over.
step
Only
it
9?
up.
That's like, dude, how do you live on 30 grand a month? I mean,
I
like,
don't
what the
know.
hell, man? That's
Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it. Only
I'm
9.
just a minnow compared to these big monsters that are on here. So,
This is true. There are some big monsters on
Good
here.
for you,
Yeah,
Bill.
but you're one of them, dude.
Good for you, man.
Well, Bill, thanks for the words of wisdom, the encouraging words, I mean, right, Carl? I mean, like, come on, 13 weeks, didn't stop, kept going, shook a lead out of the gal. Looks like it's an FHA deal, 640, got some money.
It's just how it works. I see all the ad. I was talking to a buddy today's Mondays. It was on Thursday. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he said, the problem in the industry, there's so much, he called it struggle bunny bait. Mm-hmm. There's so many, here, do this, and you never have to chase a lead again. You never have to beg for business again.
Yeah.
And it's struggle bunny bait, and the truth of the matter is we're in sales, and sales is all about having conversations and making offers. And that's just the way it is. And if you don't like having conversations and having a sales process, there's other things,
And nothing wrong with that.
and there's nothing
other
wrong with
things.
that. Nothing
You
wrong
got
with
to
that.
be a psychiatrist. You got to be a psychiatrist right now too, man. Because like some of my agents are like going off the deep end, dude. They should be on what's that better better health or something, they should be going on that. I'm telling you, it's a whole show.
Hey, we gotta Fred Curry. Come on, let's have it. We gotta hear this story. Come on, Fred. Where you at, brother?
Hey, I'm here.
What happened?
So, last week I get a call and a text from scores of importance. You just got to pick up the phone. You got to answer the phone. I get a call from a realtor that I knew from hadn't done a deal with her, but she was the listing agent on another deal we had closed. And she's like, "Hey, I may need your help. I got a new construction deal that's it's going to the left." And got on the phone with the buyers. They were just having a lot of problems with the builder's lender. We got the application. I was like, "Man, this is a really good loan. Not sure what's going on." Well, on the builder side, my numbers were better even without the $18,000 incentive from the builder. Yeah, it's pretty. They were getting screwed by this builder, by the builder's lender. It's a pretty large builder too.
Wow. And so that was a pretty short story, but long and short of it, you got the deal?
Yeah, I got the deal. Sometimes when you're going up against a builder's lender, you're like, okay, I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah.
But essentially, it just wasn't, their deal wasn't structured well, and the rate was pretty far out of where the market is. You don't have to really be the low. We know, you don't have to be the lowest, but you got to at least be in the ballpark. Yeah.
Got to be competitive.
You know what's good about being alone? You know what's good about being a Lone Ranger, Fred, is that they're not going to shock.
Yeah.
That's true. Man, oh man. So hey man, so Fred, do you think that there's like now that you're doing this one for the builder, I mean, do you think there's more opportunity in that builder?
I'm hoping so. We're going to try to make that happen. My manager and I've already been talking about that, and we want to see if we can try to get a meeting, because well, if you don't want to throw the bill. It's kind of a thing where you don't want to throw their lender. Right. I think they may own the mortgage company.
Sure.
But it's like, if you're missing out on this deal, if you almost missed out on this deal, or it was going to the left, what else are you missing out on? Kind of thing like that. Show them what we can do.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, man. You got to approach that one, kind of, tenderly, you don't want to come in and go, well, clearly you guys are stinking the place up. Why don't you just send some deals over here? You don't want to do that.
Right. Right.
But wow, cool. Good stuff, man. Well, I hope you guys do that. Hey, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That's for sure, man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I hope you get some more business out of that builder. Now's the right time.
Yeah, appreciate
now is
you.
the time to strike.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Cool, man. Awesome. Good stuff. You know what they say, Carl. Every 800,000.
It helps.
It helps.
It helps. It helps.
One more before we bring on Carl White with some big, awesome stuff. Jim, what do you got with your hand up there, buddy? What's cooking?
Well, talking about builders, lenders, I had a deal that I was competing up out of state, and the buyer was very, very upset with the lender, etc. And I cannot believe this term. He knows the mortgage business, but he said he wanted to do a revenge refi. And I said, what are you talking about? A revenge refi. Bottom line is, he went to the builder's lender, even it was a horrible. He loaded him up, had him pay all his closing costs, did a 2-1 buy down, had all this money, closed on the deal. And 15 days later, he asked me to refi on a VA loan. Do you not think there's some EPO going on in that one?
Revenge refi.
You're the guy. You're the guy.
Wow. That is not cheap.
Ouch.
Wow.
Anyway, thank you.
Well, all right.
Carl.
Well, hey, enjoy that refi, buddy. Plus, that'll be a good refi for you.
Yeah, there's a loan officer somewhere this morning has a little bit different take on that story.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Someone's asking, will the VA let you do that? It probably was not a VA that they got at the builder, and now they're getting a VA. So then you could do that, I think. Yeah. But what do I know? Yeah. What do I know? I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Hey, Carl. There you go. Thanks, Jim. Hey, Carl, what do you got for us today?
I'm going to try to do in 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to pull this off. Steve, do you have a Freedom Caller?
I do. I have two.
How's that working out for you?
200 calls each, setting 10 appointments a week. I mean, it's killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
And the results of it, like when you meet with these agents, you getting business from it.
Yeah, it's accelerating results, man. And what it gets you there faster is what it's doing.
And I was going to, how long did it take? How long did it take before you got your first appointment?
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time.
First week.
And this with a real estate agent.
Yes, both. I've got one for real estate agents and one for past clients.
Okay, and so how long did it take you from the time you got that first meeting? So the caller set you up an appointment.
Yes.
The realtor's wanting to meet with you.
Yes.
Because you show up, they show up.
Yes.
How long before you got your first referral from an agent from an agent that you're
that was met with there? I'll tell you this: I've got 4 under contract right now that came from 2 agents that started referring me the day after I met with them. And so here's what I'll tell you: some you meet with, it takes a while, and some you meet with, you get immediate results. The name of the game is just consistent appointments every week. Hey, and I'll tell you that the piece behind that too, Carl. Not only the appointments, but also it depends on how tight your 12-week follow-up is. So it's both and.
Very good.
But
and are you doing your follow-up, or are they doing your follow-up?
I'm doing the follow-up. Once I meet with them, I'm doing the follow-up, because that's where the real money's at. What they're doing is getting rid of all the loud noise so that you get the handful. So
yeah, I like that. All right, perfect. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to go through this just as quickly as I can. For members, I've already recorded this whole thing much more in detail and all the goodies. I recorded it on Thursday. Melissa's working on it now. She should have it up, I would say, tomorrow. By tomorrow morning, it should be up on the member site. So, all right. So continue, share. So I'm going to run through a little PowerPoint here just real quick. Let me move this over so I can see slideshow and play from start. All right. So this is all about just turning your daily prospecting into a predictable, scalable machine, which is exactly what Steve just talked about. And I think, the thing about having the thing about having a freedom caller is, look, we all know what to do, right? We know what we're supposed to be doing. Calling our past database, following up with pre-approvals, checking in with referral partners, asking for introductions for people who are looking for a mortgage, right? That's what Bill was just talking about, closing 9 loans for October. And frankly, I'm proud of him. I think it's outstanding. He's saying, "Oh man, I sucked this month. I only got 9," because he's doing this activity. So the problem is not knowing what to do. The problem is doing it consistently. And what I found is, maybe we start Monday off strong, or maybe we start the first of the month off strong, and then a little time goes by, and loans in process, email fires, maybe family life or whatever gets us off track. And then what happens next is, like, we stop doing what we know we should be doing, and then we guilt, frustration. I'll do better next week, and the cycle repeats itself. Right? We've all seen this. This is not uncommon. So then we think, all right, well, I need to get motivated. Well, the myth of motivation is we can't rely on motivation, because motivation, we all know, and we've talked about this before, it's temporary. So we need something that fixes it permanently, which is structure and accountability, right? And that's what the Freedom Caller brings, and which is what Steve was just talking about. They are the structure when our motivation fades. And your Freedom Caller, they don't get distracted by the underwriting updates or the emails or the pipeline chaos, because they don't have that, right? Their only job is to make sure that your calls are being made to fill your future pipeline, which is what Steve was just talking about. And so our Freedom Callers, they're nothing more than just leverage, right? We're just leveraging them, right? They take over the prospecting rhythm so that the business development happens, even like when we're in closings, or even if we're on vacation or we're buried in files. Or frankly, I just feel like taking a week off, right? And that's okay to do, especially here during the holidays. And we make it so that consistency becomes automatic. And let me just go over some numbers for you here, just real quick. And this is just like we never make any kind of income claims or anything like that. This is just like a an example per se, but let's say that your Freedom Caller books about 8 appointments per week. And for me, they have to do at least 6, but between 6 and 8 is kind of what we're looking for. So over a month, that would be like 32 appointments. And if we get 32 appointments, we would expect about 20 to show up. Steve, is that kind of what you're seeing, give or
Yes.
take? Is that
You can get it higher if they're the same week. So there's ways to get it higher, but on average, you'll see 70, 75% show ups.
perfect? All right. So let's say that out of those 20 show ups, let's say only 3 of those agents start sending us business, back to that magical 16% number. And we see that consistently over and over and over. And let's just say they don't send us a deal, even a deal a month. Let's say they send a deal like every other month, like 2 a quarter. So we're not talking about, hey, this person's going to have, I meet with this agent and now you now got 8 closings a month with that agent. I'm not saying that won't happen, but let's just say each one two deals per quarter, which is every other month. And again, that's 32 appointments, 20 show ups, 3. So 17 say, hey, great, nice meeting you. I'm good. So 3 start sending you business. That's 24 extra loans for the month done by that caller. I'm sorry, 24 extra loans per year by that caller calling 1 month, right? That's just 1 month of results. So like the next month we would get more results, and the next month we would get more results. And so at $3,000 per loan, which is what we use for our hypothetical, that's $72,000 of revenue from one caller for 1 month. Now that 72 is over the cost of over a year, right? They're sending you a deal every other month, but them calling just 1 month for the year brings in $72,000 of revenue. Now, if you compare that to the 1.5, somewhere around $1,500, maybe $2,000 monthly cost of a caller, the ROI on this is just enormous. I mean, it's really, really good. And one thing to keep in mind, I was talking to somebody when I was putting together these slides, I called up this loan officer and we're talking about this. And he said, hey, Carl, we're not hiring a cost, you're hiring a multiplier. And I love that. I just really, really love that. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So there's the 3-step permanent fix is number 1, you need a proven system. So I just finished putting together a book. And again, for the members, I finished writing it. They've been editing it. Again, we're expecting like tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. And this is like the how-to manual for your Freedom Caller. In other words, I think it's like 40 pages long. You're going to give this to your Freedom Caller. It's going to train them. Like it tells them exactly what to do, what to say, the rebuttals, why they're making this call. It talks about the Dr. Butler and the ideas behind it. So it's really kind of a done-for-you training kind of thing. But the Freedom Caller, and we're calling it the Freedom Caller Data Success Plan. It tells them exactly what to do and when to do it. And so you need a dedicated caller, right, which somebody that's going to be making the call, and frankly, just simple accountability, not with you, but with them, right? And when you have that in place, callers no longer depend upon how your day is going. They happen like clockwork. So even if Steve has got the cold or he's off this week, or maybe, and we have it some time to time, we're just kind of off our game that day, that it still continues to happen. So, and once this is into place, you get new referral partners wanting to meet with you that are on your calendar. Your database gets consistent follow-up. Like in Steve's case, he's got them, so it's calling real estate agents, set appointments, and calling his database. And now that frees up Steve, so Steve now can call his agents that he's already working with. I think we can all say those are like the easy calls that people started referring to us. And then when we get deals, we can keep up with our pre-approvals because we don't have all this other stuff getting in our way, and our pipeline never dries up. And we don't have to worry about, I need to get around to it because it's already being done every day without fail. And that's how you fix it permanently. So what is a Freedom Caller? So a Freedom Caller is a dedicated person whose only job is to make the right calls to the right people every day on your behalf. They're not telemarketers. This is real important. They're not telemarketers. And Steve said it again too, just like we had talked about this ahead of time, Steve. And I swear we did not. It was perfect.
I know. I had no idea. So.
Yeah. They're relationship starters and they're relationship builders. Mm-hmm. They're the first point of contact that keeps your pipeline alive. Their goal isn't to close loans. Their sole goal is to create opportunities, appointments with people wanting to meet with you, introductions, and conversations that lead to loans, right? That's their whole purpose. So think of them like more as your activity engine, that while you're going deep with relationships, your freedom caller is out there creating the next one. And again, I think we already said this. They have one mission and one mission only: reach the right people, which is qualified agents, past clients, and local leaders, right? Local leaders, like maybe like I met with the mayor of Clearwater via a freedom caller before. All right. So I think we kind of already talked about this. The results that you can expect, a great freedom caller. For me, and everybody's different, but for me, I'm looking for like 2 to 3 hours per day, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for. I know some people have them calling all day, and I've seen that work, right? But for me, I think they're the freshest for like 2-3 hours a day. Maybe I'm off on that, but that's what I tend to go with. And I'm looking for about working 2 to 3 hours a day. And for me, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm looking for 6 to 8 agent appointments per week. And if they're calling my past database, I'm looking for like 1 to 2 referrals from my past database. And that by itself will pay these people's salary. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a write small checks to cash big checks. So multiply that over a month. We're talking like 20 plus coffee appointments, hundreds of conversations on your behalf. Because the other way this helps out is that when people get your pre-approval letters of pre-approval, a listing agent, they go, well, I've heard of this person. I'm running my Facebook ads and my callers calling, and I got my my CRM going out, through Chris Johnstone, and it's just haven't. It's just that thing that we talk about. Oprah can't make a cold call, and you become Oprah through all these methods. So when every single week you've got 8 new conversations with quality and qualified agents, none of it depends on you personally making the calls. That's when you go from random success to predictable success. Now, do I recommend you make your calls also? I do, right? Then now we have 2 people doing it. But even if I'm off on my game or I just don't feel like doing it that day, it's being done because somebody's doing it on my behalf. The freedom callers, we have them follow a 4-day rhythm. Now, let me just kind of go a little deeper in this one little part right here. Is for me, their primary is my Monday on my Thor's hammers, and they're calling the new agents, like not the agents I've already met with. Now, I do know people that's using freedom callers that also does the post-coffee call and even the Focus 40, and it does work out. It does work out. But I'm going to recommend at least getting started, have them make the pre-coffee phone calls. Same thing on the Just Ask. The Tuesday updates. I'm going to recommend that you as a loan officer does that until you're closing, say, 15 to 20 deals a month, and then you can hand it off. And you can hand it off when you're closing 3 loans a month. But I find the best results if we're making our own Just Ask calls. And on the past database, for sure, this can be a freedom caller. And if you're using a power dialer, which I strongly recommend, like the Loan Officer CRM.ai, it's your voice leaving the voicemail. So you do a pre-recorded message. We've got the script all in here, but it's your voice doing the pre-recorded message so that 85% of the time, you're the one that called, right? The freedom caller called, and when they catch a live, they talk to them. That's only about 15% of the time. The other 85% of the time, your freedom caller is doing it. And same thing on my pre-approvals. My pre-approval looking, I recommend that you make your own calls on this one also. But again, I've seen freedom callers doing that also. And then Friday would be kind of a catch-up day if needed. For me, I don't have my freedom callers calling on Friday. I don't find Fridays as effective. People are kind of halfway checked out anyway. And so I find the Monday through Thursday. So for most people, I'm going to recommend that your freedom caller is calling Monday and Tuesday real estate agents, Wednesday past database, Thursday another group of real estate agents. So that's what I plan on most of them. On the freedom caller daily success plan handbook, so in there it's got the daily schedule of Monday through Thursday with time blocks, what time works best, and the focus for each day. We've got the scripts in there, which is literally a word for word dialogue for agents, past clients, and the pre-approvals. We've got in there the objection handlers, the responses for like, I already have a lender, I'm too busy, I'm not interested. Like we've got all that. Tracking sheets where you as a simple logs for calls and appointments. Accountability prompts, I'll talk about that here in just a second. And some quick tips and language. Like we teach them like tone, pacing, what to say when they hit voicemail, which I'm going to strongly recommend the power dialer. And I think it's a real important thing that in the training book, we also put in there what I'm going to call the big picture, which is the why behind the calls. I find like a caller can do so much better when they kind of understand the psychology of the call and why it works and the big picture that we're doing. I think it's real important that they see that. But again, understand a freedom caller's job is not to sell. It's strictly to create conversations that turn into relationships that lead to the loan. So, all right, real quick here. How do you hire and onboard a freedom caller? Number one, I have found I don't need a superstar. I just need somebody that's consistent and follows the scripts. That's really all I need. So the perfect freedom caller isn't the smoothest talker in town. They're not like one in a million. They simply show up and they have the ability to follow a plan and they make the calls every single day. So one thing I've always said is you can train skill, you can't train dependability, and also can't train personality, right? And so I'm looking for people who are already friendly and they're already organized. You're not hiring a loan officer. You're hiring consistency, and I'm hiring energy, right? I'm looking for energy. So I'm not looking for them to be bouncing off the wall like they had too much coffee, maybe like what I sound like today because I'm trying to squeeze all this in. I'm looking for a very friendly, warm, your buddy next door, the girl next door, or the lady next door, just kind of a friendly, I don't know, somewhat bubbly but not silly kind of personality. Where do you find them? I'm telling you, they're everywhere. I found a freedom caller one time in the grocery store. It was this lady. She was just very engaging, and she just looked like she loved her work, which got to be just one of the most monotonous things ever. And she's just warm, and we offered her a job, and she took it. Right. So Publix doesn't let me go in their grocery store anymore, by the way. But anyway, so Indeed.com. If I want to go find one, I'll go on Indeed.com and I'll do a search for appointment setters. And I'm looking for people that are setting appointments for like aluminum siding companies, house painters, solar panel installers, roofers, things where they're doing outbound calls. I'm not looking for, appointment setters for like hair salons or doctor's offices because that's too warm of a crowd. I want somebody that can call somebody that we haven't spoken to before and set appointments. I can also, I can go on Indeed.com and do a search. I can also post ads. Again, in the membership area, I've got the exact ads for you to post, but I can post on Indeed.com, and I can also post on local Facebook job groups. And I can also ask real estate offices. They have somebody that's friendly, who loves talking to people. And again, I'm running these people primarily part-time. So in the ad, it talks about it being part-time, like 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, 4 days a week. Somebody said, hey, what do you pay this person? So I've definitely changed my stance on this. I think this person is going to be like about a $20 an hour position. For me, we've switched over, and they're primarily either stateside. If I'm in a English speaking area. Now, if I'm in a Spanish speaking area, or do a Spanish speaking clientele, for sure I'm going to get somebody likely like we've got somebody who's got a freedom caller in Honduras. So in South America and Central America, you can find some great freedom callers. If I'm primarily an English speaking clientele, I'm going to go right here in the good old US of A, and also Canadian. So Chris Johnson has taught me Canadian callers work out extremely well too. And frankly, they're kind of affordable because the dollar is about, we get about we get about a 20% discount when we get Canadian callers, but expect somewhere around $20 an hour or something like that. And again, I didn't have room on the slide to put the whole ad, but I'll show you in the memberships site. I'll show you, you'll be able to go there. It should be again, either later today or tomorrow. They're going to have everything up on the site, but I've got the ad example for social media, and I got an ad example for Indeed. The ad example on Indeed is much longer, and again, it wouldn't fit on the slide, but you get the idea. The interview process, hire for attitude. Keep the interview short, conversational, and again, look for warmth. Do I get somebody that's never made calls before? Now, I know Steve told me that he hired somebody that was a friend off of Facebook, and I think that person's working out real well. And so that definitely can happen. As a general rule, I've always thought Delta Airline doesn't train pilots. They hire pilots that are trained. And so I'm going to prefer somebody that's already been making calls most of the time. But again, if we find somebody with the right vibe, I think that person could be brand new and doing. So Steve, just real quick on your one that was like a friend of a friend or that you found on Facebook.
Yeah, I got two of them. By the way, in the membership, I laid out everything I did to hire two of them. They're both working out really well. I mean,
Okay, very good.
You know why? Because all it is phone call. What you're really looking for is the discipline to show up and self-report and accountability. Everything else is super easy.
All right, great, awesome. All right, just real quick, onboarding plan. Hey, train them fast. The right person, this is just second nature to them.
Yeah.
Give them the Freedom Caller Success Plan manual. Do an hour of role play with them. Show them how to use the Power Dialer. I'm going to recommend the Loan Officer CRM.ai is a primary one that I recommend, because on that one you can download the list and call and keep track of everything and have the voicemail all in one system. Another one, Freedom Phone Burner. Phoneburnerfreedom.com is just the second one. But listen to me, guys. This is so important. By the second week, they should be setting at least one appointment every 2 hours. If they're not setting one appointment every 2 hours by the third week, you got the wrong person. And it's not like, well, it's my fault, I didn't train them. The right person, they just often run. They know exactly what to do. You give them the manual, you give them the scripts, you show them how to use a Power Dialer, and they're good to go. They're good to go. And so give them the tools and hold them accountable, and they're going to be good to go. All right, let me just I do recommend tracking how many calls they make, the conversations they had, the appointments set, and the follow-ups they need. I do recommend doing that, because if the dials are high but the hellos are low, I've got a bad list, or I've got a dirty phone number. If the hellos are high but the appointments are low, I got the wrong caller. Right? The scripts in the handbook are just proven. They work like gangbuster. If they're not doing it, it's not because I didn't train them. I've always thought my best people are successful in spite of me, not because of me. So it's never my fault they make it out. They have to be successful even with my shortcomings. So if appointments are set but not kept, this is a big one. If appointments are set but not kept, I need to improve on my follow-up, my confirmation text, or this has been a big deal for us in the past, make sure your caller is setting real appointments. So if I've got, hey, I got 8 appointments and one showed up, it's likely I don't have that person not setting real appointments. And if I find that they're faking appointments, they're out, right? That's just they're gone.
Well, the good thing about being old traditional phone burner, you actually have the ability to go in and listen to their conversations.
That's right. That's right. And you know, keep in mind they're your voice, not your substitute. Again, their job is to start the conversation. Yours is to finish it. Right. That's the whole main thing. All right. I got this all in the training. I talk about the meeting with them. You need to have a daily meeting with 10 minutes. I'll talk about that in the training about what to cover on that 10-minute meeting with them. I think that's real important. Just real common mistakes to avoid. Just real quick. Don't let them freestyle too early. Have them stick to the scripts that's in the book. Don't skip your weekly review. Momentum fades fast without accountability. So I think that 10-minute meeting that you have with them every day, I think is a real big deal. It keeps their energy level up and makes sure they know that you're going to be following up with them. And expect appointments by week 2. I cannot overemphasize. If they don't have it by then, you've hired the wrong person, right? That's it. And once you have the right Freedom Caller, I'm going to tell you, you're going to wonder how you ever did business without one. It's like installing an engine that just absolutely never shuts off. And just a reminder one more time for somebody that might join us late, the ROI on this is just stupid. Like, it's just crazy. So your Freedom Caller books 8 appointments per week. Over a month, that's 32 appointments, 20 show-ups. If 3 of those agents start sending you business, which is only 16%, right? So we're going to assume that 87% it doesn't work out. Just with that 16%, just with that one caller, just working 1 month, that should be an extra 24 loans per year, with that person sending me a deal every other month, right? Every other month. So that's not a beginning to be a stretch. And at $3,000 per loan, it's a $72,000 of revenue for the year from one caller calling just 1 month. I mean, the ROI on this is just stupid. Like, it's just crazy.
Hi, thanks for enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube. I just wanted to drop in and remind you that if you're a newer loan officer and you're trying to get to that 2 or 3 deals a month, or if you're seasoned and you're trying to get from 50 to 60 or 60 to 80, Mortgage Marketing Animals has you covered. We've got the full gambit from start to finish, top to bottom. Everything you need is at mortgagemarketinganimals.com. There's a reason that mortgagemarketinganimals.com is the #1 mortgage coaching platform in the country. So check it out, mortgagemarketinganimals.com.
Common roadblocks. I don't have time to train someone. Don't worry. It's in the handbook. You hand them the handbook. They got it. I don't trust somebody else to represent me. That's why you train them using the scripts and your tone. They become your professional voice. I can't afford it. Once you're doing it, you can't afford not to do it. I'm just telling you, it's just the biggest no-brainer. So, all right. Hey, just real quick, let me just show you where it's going to be at on the
Website.
On the website here, just real quick. Let me get rid of this. Save. So on the website, yours might look a little different. I'm in Kevin's Leadership Academy, so I've got a different logo here, but everything else is exactly the same, maybe just different colors. Go to Loan Officer Mastery. Loan Officer Mastery. In the Loan Officer Mastery, we have all these different classes that are in here that I recently recorded. And when you go in Loan Officer Mastery, you're just going to click on the Freedom Caller little block, and again, it should be there by either later today or tomorrow, for sure by tomorrow. And there's going to be a little video where I'm going to walk you through it. In that case, it's got multiple videos. Like I think it's like 3 different videos, training videos. I try to put them in like little 15-minute snippets so it's easy to consume. And so here's an important thing. Like on Thor's Hammer, once you watch video 1, you scroll down. That's where video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5, video 6, video 7 of the training will be on those. And again, like the PowerPoint and the 40-page book and the ads and everything will be in the resource area. You just click on it, and there it'll be. And just real quick, let me show you the book. So this is the book, and it goes like Monday scripts, Tuesday scripts, and it just talks exactly what to do. And it's, it talks about the Dr. Butler script and the idea behind it. But anyway, the scripts are like exactly what to do, how to do the tracking, what it looks like, how to follow up, what the meeting looks like for them. If you do know the agent, if you don't know the agent, the scripts, like it's just word for word exactly what to do. And so anyway, that's what I got for you here. So Freedom Caller, it's a great idea. It's an absolutely no-brainer. And it'll all be up there. The resources will be up there today. I think the training videos will be up there today. The book should be up there tomorrow. They're trying to make the cover look pretty. I put my face on the cover. They said, "Carl, that's not going to work out. We need to make the cover look pretty."
Yeah.
And so
sure.
so I think they're putting Frank's picture on the cover. So that should be that's literally they're just designing the cover. But I definitely having a power dialer. Big, huge part of it is because they can make so many more phone calls in a short period of time. So anyway, that's what I got. So David, you have a quick question?
Yeah, I know it's outside of the box, but has anybody, I'm competing against a loan, and the loan is called an all-in-one loan. It's a home equity line first loan purchase. Has anybody come across that with CMG?
If you got something for David, throw it in the chat. So let's do that. Or you can jump on the Facebook group, maybe. Check there.
Yeah, it's just the girl saying that it's like a home equity line purchase, first loan. It's related to.
I've seen that. They've been around a long time. I've seen those programs. Yeah,
seems like there's a lot of risk, unknown risks associated with it.
Yeah, I think they're a great plan for people that are savvy. I think for somebody that's not savvy, it can get them in a little bit of trouble. But for the right person, it's a great loan. So,
all right. Sorry to interrupt it, but great information, Carl. Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. All right.
Good stuff.
And again,
that was amazing.
Yeah, and again, somebody said, "Hey, is a book for sale?" No, I'm going to give it to you. It's in the members area, so it's right there with all the other training. And if you're not a member, gosh,
freedomplanningcall.com.
What's that website?
freedomplanningcall.com.
Yeah, freedomplan.call.com. Hey, try it out for a month. Download. Hell, you could download the stuff and keep it and cancel if you wanted to, right? I mean, you can cancel any time, but our job is to make it so that never happens. That we keep putting great great content on the website. So probably about once a week or twice a week, I'm putting new ideas and I'm hearing great ideas and hanging out with smart people like you guys. And my job, I always think of my job as a publisher, where I hear all these good ideas, I condense them down, throw out the stuff that looks too complicated, and then put the stuff that's actually working up on the website so that you can swipe and deploy. And you don't have to do any testing because we already tested it. So we only publish those things that are have already been proven. And I'm telling you, the Freedom Caller is just the big mistake is wrong scripts, right? Wrong scripts. And putting up with low results too long. Like the right person, you just know it. Like you'll know it in the first week. If by the end of the first week and say, well, I need to give them more time, it never works out. Like ever. Like never. And so anyway.
Not doing it in the first place.
What's that, Chris?
I said, and not doing it in the first place.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. That's what I got.
Nothing's worse. Yeah, nothing's worse than making a hire like that and not having like you've created the manual for them on exactly what they're going to do, exactly what the script, exactly what they say. Nothing's worse than hiring somebody when you don't have something like that for them, and it's all up to you to kind of make it up as you go and try and fumble
see what
along.
Happens.
It's
And
ridiculous.
see what happens with that is people do that and they go, well, that didn't work. And then they push it to the side. And it's like, dude, you just bought a car with no engine and you're complaining it doesn't run. I'm never going to get another car again because they don't run. No, you got to put an engine in it, right? You got to train them. But I've trained them for you. So anyway,
good stuff. Wonderful. Yeah. Freedomplanningcall.com. If you're a member, go to the member site. Everything's there or will be shortly. If you're not, freedomplanningcall.com and get involved, man. We'd love to.
And again, somebody just messaged me again. Just real quick. Share, continue. Share. Just real quick. The where is it at here? You click on loanofficermastery.com, loanofficermastery.com, and here's where all the training. By the way, is it on here? Yeah. Make sure you click on this course catalog. Because when you go on this course catalog, it has all the different courses and what you should do first. And like it has an explanation like Quartet of Success, what are your benchmarks, what is your project minimum. So this is all the different courses that's on that page with like just a little brief description of each one. And so make sure you download this catalog. This is all the different stuff that's on the site. So it's just kind of puts it in it groups them in, mindset, motivation, strategy and growth, wealth and freedom, daily success plan. So this one will be under the daily success plan part, having the Freedom Caller. So anyway, make sure you download that course catalog. So, all right, that's what I got, Frank.
Thanks, Steph, Carl. Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
And see, I told you I could do it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was exactly 42 minutes.
42 minutes. It was exactly 42.
So good stuff, man. Well, we always appreciate you, Carl. Man, excellent stuff. Great job putting it all together. It's incredible. So just to have that so at everybody's fingertips is nuts. So you guys just enjoy. If your members, get in there and gobble it up. If you're not,
and one last thing. Yeah, this is the time of the year to implement this stuff. You do not want to wait until everybody else January 1st. Well, now I'm going to do it, and this year is going to be different. And starting to do this stuff in the first year when everybody else is, you want to get a head start on this. You want to get a start on this. And so for me, like October, November, December is my implementation months. Like you really want to like now is when you want to get your CRM turned on. Get your team members hired, get your Freedom Caller on board, and so that you're already getting results when everybody else is just thinking about it. Because everybody sees that same. All salespeople, I get those calls too from salespeople. First of the year, I went, all right, somebody did a New Year's resolution. You don't want to be that person. You want to get ahead of time. Now we're going to be making offers at the New Year's for everybody. You're going to want to do it now. I'm just telling you. Now's the time to get this up and going. So anyway.
Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you, Carl White. As always, appreciate it. The rest of you. let's go ahead and get on out of here. Be back tomorrow. Jeannie Kelly will be here. She's got some credit stuff she wants to talk to us about, so don't miss that. We'll see you guys then. Adios.
Good day, everybody.